Hi, I'm Mark from MMPS Environmental. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in for our next installment, our new segment on science. And today I want to talk a little bit about the scientific method. Scientific method is the process in which we develop science. We start out in the scientific method with observation. Before we can do anything, we have to observe. Then, from that, we go to our hypothesis. And I know what just about all of you have been thinking. A hypothesis is an educated guess, and I hate to tell you this, you'd be wrong. Hypothesis is actually a tentative explanation for what you have observed. By the time you're at the hypothesis, you've actually gone through half of the scientific method. You've gone from observation to a proposed explanation, and now we come down to either testing or more observation. Once we do this, we can either verify the hypothesis or falsify the hypothesis. Either way, it tells us something we didn't know before. If the hypothesis is correct, guess what? We test some more. Why do we do that? We want to come up with a conclusion that meets our parameters. Now, one of the things that I do have to talk about quite a bit is the difference between a hypothesis and a theory. Most people will talk and they'll use colloquialism as a theory, meaning best guess. In science, that's wrong. A theory is basically a hypothesis or that you have gone over and tested and tested and tested and tested. You'll never hear us ever say that there's a theory that's going to prove something. All the theories that we talk about are meant to be disproven. If you can disprove the theory, then the theory is no longer relevant. So the idea when we come up with a theory, it means we've taken our hypothesis, we've tested, 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 we come up with a theory saying here's what should be happening. If we can ever break the theory, it becomes a law. So one of the things we have to remember is in a theory, like hypothesis, can be proven wrong, but the whole point of a theory is that it has a lot of supporting data behind it. A lot of people mess up hypothesis with theory quite often, and how many times have you heard, I have this great theory, or I have a theory that proves something. Truth is, those aren't theories, those are your hypotheses. Other than that, hope to see you in our next segment. And again, I'd like to thank Dan and Kaiser University's Digital Arts Department for helping make these videos possible. And if possible, please give us a like. Thank you. You guys have a great day.